أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله تبارك وتعالى نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. وبعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. وما قل ودل خير مما كثر وألهى وقليل يغنيك خير من كثير يطغيك وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. وبعد inshallah, today, as we just recited in the prayer, Surah Al-Ma'arij, and it also has some other two names. Another name of this surah is Sa'ala Sa'il, and the third name of this surah is Al-Waqi'ah. Not Al-Waqi'ah, Al-Waqi'ah. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we are done with Surah Al-Haqqah, which is number 69. And today, inshallah ta'ala, we have Surah Al-Ma'arij, and immediately after, which is Surah number 70. And every time we finish the tafsir of a surah, I feel glad, alhamdulillah, that we have achieved something together and we're going forward, alhamdulillah ta'ala. We started from Surah Al-Mujadalah. We're done with the whole juz, 28th, and we are now in the 29th juz, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, with the tafsir. Just an introduction before we go through the ayat of the surah, inshallah, the first portion of this surah. The way the Quran works is not the same way that any other book works or organized. The Quran is organized in a different way. If you look through any other book, you will find the book is divided into chapters and each chapter addresses a specific topic. But in the Quran, it's actually not the same. In the Quran, we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the same topic over and over again in different surahs. And that's why actually we recite Quran in the prayer, because the Quran is just to reprogram our minds, to reprogram our life. This is a book that deals with our life. And that's why you might find the same topic repeated in 2-3 different surahs. In Surah Al-Baqarah, you find Allah is addressing the story of Al-Baqarah, the cow, and before it He spoke about the comparison between the believers and the disbelievers and the hypocrites. And after some pages, you find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressing the topic of Al-Mirath, inheritance. And in some other ayat in the same surah, He's addressing the topic of divorce and marriage, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on and so forth. Also in Surah Al-Ma'arij, here we have discussed before the issue of the hereafter, the last day, and the deniers of the last day. But because of the importance of this day, that it will come, and everybody has to believe in it, and the punishment that Allah has prepared for the deniers of the last day, He addressed this topic in different surahs in the Quran from different angles, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And today, Surah Al-Ma'arij starts with this topic also from a different angle, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's talk about the length of the day of judgment according to the disbelievers and the believers. The believers will find it so short and easy, and the disbelievers will find that day too long and it's so hard for them. And before we start with the ayat, just an introduction about this surah. The surah is number 70, as I mentioned, and it's surah Makkiyah. We have the surahs in the Quran, Makkiyah or Madaniyah. Makkiyah means the surah was revealed before the migration of the Prophet ﷺ from Mecca to Al-Madinah, and Madaniyah means the surah was revealed after the migration from Mecca to Al-Madinah, just from the historical point of view. And the ayat, the surah has 44 ayat, and it's number 70. And I mentioned that it had 3 names, Sa'ala Sa'il, and Al-Waqi' and Al-Ma'arij. And the 3 names are mentioned inside the surah. And something for you to know, that every surah in the Quran has a name. And every surah, its name actually is mentioned inside of the surah. Except for 3 surahs in the Quran. Who knows these 3 surahs? Anybody knows about this? عبد الرحمن. الإخلاص. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Its name is Al-Ikhlas and it's not mentioned in the surah. That's number one. We have other two surahs that its name is not mentioned in the surah itself. Al-Fatiha. Everybody memorize Al-Fatiha. We don't have the word Al-Fatiha inside the surah. The third one. No, it's mentioned here. Al-Ma'arij. سأل سائل بعذاب واقع للكافرين ليس له دافع من الله ذي المعارج. Every single surah in the Quran has its name inside of it in the ayat. Except for three. Al-Ikhlas, Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Anbiya. Surah Al-Anbiya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed the topic of the hereafter and He told us the stories of some of the prophets and messengers, Al-Anbiya, the prophets. But the word Al-Anbiya itself is not mentioned in the surah. Right? So now we have three surahs. But this surah, of course, it has its name inside of it. The three names that we have are mentioned inside the surah itself. طيب. How did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala start the surah? He said, سَأَلَ سَائِلٌ بِعَذَابٍ وَاقِعٍ لِلْكَافِرِينَ لَيْسَ لَهُ دَافِعٍ مِنَ اللَّهِ ذِي الْمَعَارِجِ. A challenger has demanded the punishment bound to come. Somebody came to the Prophet ﷺ and he was challenging him and telling him that there is no hereafter, the last day is not coming, and he's urging the Prophet ﷺ to hasten the punishment for him because he doesn't believe in the hereafter. And then Allah says, لِلْكَافِرِينَ لَيْسَ لَهُ دَافِعٍ. This punishment is prepared for the disbelievers and there is no preventer for this punishment. It's going to happen to them. And then he says, مِنَ اللَّهِ ذِي الْمَعَارِجِ. This punishment is coming from Allah and He described Himself subhanahu wa ta'ala as ذِي الْمَعَارِجِ, the owner of Al-Ma'arij. We'll try now to know what's Al-Ma'arij from the linguistic point of view because it's important to understand the Quran from the linguistic perspective, and then we go through the tafsir of the scholars inshallah. So who is the asker? Who is the challenger here who was challenging Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? He is An-Nadr ibn al-Harith. A man whose name is An-Nadr ibn al-Harith. He was a disbeliever. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Quran that He says, Allahumma in kana hadha huwa al-haqqa min indik, فَأَمْطِرْ عَلَيْنَا حِجَارَةً مِنَ السَّمَاءِ أَوْ ائْتِنَا بِعَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. He is challenging Rabbil Alameen Himself. And He is saying, if this is a truth, that the punishment is coming and there is hereafter, so أَمْطِرْ عَلَيْنَا حِجَارَةً مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. So rain us with some stones to destroy us if it's actually true. أَوْ ائْتِنَا بِعَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Or let the severe punishment of yours to come on us and destroy us. So He's challenging whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at him. And the second opinion, they said he is Abu Jahl. And look at his name, the father of ignorance, Abu Jahl. Subhanallah. He also in the Quran, فَأَسْقِطْ عَلَيْنَا كِسَفًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. He was challenging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rain us with any kind of punishment that you have to punish us with, whether it is stones or whatever else that you have. Challenge Allah bil alameen. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this adab is waqi'. And He didn't say sayaqa. He said this adab already happened. Waqi'. It has already happened. In the Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to emphasize something that will happen in the future, but He wants to tell us there is no any doubt about that thing, He would mention it in the past simple. In the past simple, subhanahu wa ta'ala. It will happen in the future. Like اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. He mentioned that the day of judgment already has come. And it will come in the future. But in the Quran you sometimes find the verb is in the past tense. And it is something that will happen in the future. Even you find this in the Sunnah. Of course, I'm sure that some of you have heard some ahadith about some people who got into the hellfire. Some others were admitted to the Jannah. How come is this? The Jannah and hellfire is in the last day. It's that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet, they want to emphasize something that they mentioned in the past tense. Like, you know what, if your son, for example, he doesn't study at all, and he has his exams tomorrow, you would say to him, you don't have to come, you already failed, right? You already failed, you mean that you will fail for sure, there is no doubt about this. You don't have to go. You don't have to go through this. You already failed, and you mean that you will fail. Same thing, Allah uses this in the Quran. بِعَذَابِ الْوَاقِعِ. This punishment already happened to them. And you know what? An-Nadr ibn al-Harith and Abu Jahl, both of them were killed in the Battle of Badr. Subhanallah. So this adab is what? They were killed in this dunya, and in the akhirah there is another punishment that is prepared for them. And then Allah said this adab is from Allah, the owner of al-Ma'arij. What is al-Ma'arij? Linguistically, the word al-Ma'arij in Arabic language is the plural form of the word Ma'raj, and al-Ma'raj is Mas'ad. Mas'ad is elevator. And it's actually one of the miracles of this book that we have in front of us, that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam were to tell us about the elevators, and he hasn't seen them sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his time. They didn't have elevators. They didn't have like tall buildings and elevators in the tall buildings. He didn't see this himself alayhi salam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him to the heavens in this journey that is called al-Isra and al-Mi'raj. He ascends to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this journey, al-Mi'raj. So the word Mi'raj is to ascend, is to go up to the heavens. Or just to go up. You don't have to go to the heavens with the elevator, right? So the word Ma'arij is the plural of Ma'raj. Ma'raj is Mas'ad. Mas'ad is elevator. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is in a so high position subhanahu wa ta'ala, above His slaves and servants, above the whole kawn, He's using this thing. Allah is the owner of the Al-Ma'arij. Sayyidina Ibn Abbas said Al-Ma'arij here, it means, now it's the Arabic meaning of the word Ma'arij, but what does it mean in this ayah itself? Sayyidina Ibn Abbas says Al-Ma'arij here means As-Samawat, the heavens. Because the angels, they ascend to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they go up to the heavens. So that's why Allah is the owner of the Al-Ma'arij, which are the heavens. The second opinion, Qatada radiallahu anhu said, Al-Ma'arij هي المنن والنعم من الله على عباده لأننا على المراتب المختلفة. Ma'arij here, these levels, these elevators are actually the favors and the bounties of Allah and ni'am of Rabbil Alamin on us. Because we are different. We are in levels in this dunya. In knowledge, we are different. We are in levels. From money perspective, for example, we are different also. Some people are rich, some people are still poor. Knowledge, same thing. Some people have a lot of knowledge, some others don't have, right? Even manners and akhlaq, we are different also in akhlaq. And that's why Allah is the owner of al-ma'arij, which is the different ni'am that He gives His slaves. Another meaning, هي الدرجات التي يعطيها الله لأوليائه. It's actually the levels that Allah will give to His awliya, to His righteous slaves in the hereafter, inshallah ta'ala, because we will be in different levels. Not everybody will be with the Prophet Muhammad alayhi sallam, but he can see him, inshallah. But not everybody is in the same level because we have different levels of iman. So this is the meaning of al-ma'arij here, according to this third opinion. Then Allah says, تَعْرُجُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالْرُوحُ إِلَيْهِ فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ 50,000 سَنَةً. The angels and the ruh, the spirit, will ascend to Him, to Allah, during a day that its extent is 50,000 years. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there is a day that the angels of Allah will ascend to Him in that day, and that is actually 50,000 years of the day that we count in this dunya. So what's that day actually? And what is the ruh in this ayah? The ruh in this ayah, we have two opinions. The first opinion says Ar-Ruh is Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam. The angels and Jibreel will ascend to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one opinion. And it's min babi dhikr al-khas ba'd al-'am. And Sayyidina Jibreel, he is one of the most honorable angels. He's the one who comes down with revelation. He's actually the connection. Sayyidina Jibreel, the angel Jibreel, is the connection between the heavens and the earth. That's why Allah, when He said the angels will ascend to Him, He said, and Jibreel also. He's among the angels, but He mentioned him in particular after mentioning the angels because of his position. The second opinion, Ar-Ruh here is actually not Jibreel, it's the souls of the human beings. When they die, our souls go up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So this day is 50,000 years. Just inshallah, I will go briefly, so fast, inshallah ta'ala, I will make it longer for you, inshallah ta'ala. Regarding this day, which day that will be like 50,000 years? You know, it's too long day. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this day is 50,000 years. Like if you live for like 60, 70 years, and you compare it to a day which is 70,000 years, you find out that you just lived for like 3 hours only in this world. Only 2-3 hours. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about this day, it's 50,000, and they've lived for 60 years here, so only 3 hours in this world. This is our life, it's too short. قال الإمام Sayyidina Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, this day is the day of Qiyamah. It will be too long for the disbelievers, the deniers of that day. You know, when you go to work sometimes, and you have some hard time at work, and then you go home and your wife asks you, like, how was your day? You say it was too long, right? When you say it was too long, you don't mean that it was more than 24 hours. Of course not. It was 24 hours. I worked for 6 or 8 hours, but it was a hard day. It was hot outside, and we didn't have air conditioner, and then I had some problems, whatever else. So it was too long day. And that's exactly what the disbelievers and the deniers will feel on the day of Qiyamah. And they will not feel that it was more than 8 hours. They will feel that it is 50,000 years. But as for the believers, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لما سأله أبو سعيد قال والذي نفسي بيده إنه ليخفف عن المؤمن حتى يكون هذا اليوم أخف عليه من صلاة المكتوبة يصليها في الدنيا. You know, when you come to the prayer and you make wudu at home and you come pray in the masjid, how long it would take you to come pray dhuhr, for example? How long it would take you? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes with wudu and sunnah after dhuhr. The whole thing is about 30 minutes, wudu, prayer in jama'ah, and then sunnah 30 minutes, right? So in 30 minutes, the same thing, the same length, you will feel the same thing on the day of Qiyamah. Only like 30 minutes. This is the day of Qiyamah for the believers. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among them. Allahumma ameen. So for the disbelievers, it's 50,000 years. For the believers, it's like 30 minutes. That's what he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. He didn't say 30 minutes. He said like the length of offering one obligatory prayers in this dunya. I mean, obligatory prayer in this dunya. So last thing that I would like to say is Allah said in another ayah that there is a day that will be 1,000 years. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال وَيَسْتَعْجِلُونَكَ بِالْعَذَابِ وَلَنْ يُخْلِفَ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ. And they urge you to hasten the punishment because they don't believe in it. But Allah will never fail in His promise, which is that last day will come. And then He said, وَإِنَّ يَوْمًا عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. And indeed, a day with your master, Allah, is like 1,000 years of those which you count. So how can I understand this? In this ayah, he says it is 50,000 years. And in another ayah in Surah Al-Hajj, he is saying it's 1,000 years. قال سيدنا Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنه and others that the day that will be 50,000 years is the day of Qiyamah. It will be the longest, the hardest one. But the day that is 1,000 years is one of the 6 days on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the heavens and the earth. He has created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, right? The length of one of those days is actually 1,000 years. It was too long. So days with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are longer than our days, and our life is actually too short. This is how Allah addressed the day of Qiyamah at the beginning of Surah Al-Ma'arij. And inshallah ta'ala, as for the rest of the ayat, we will address them next times in our khutbahs and halaqat. And inshallah now we have our recitation part. Don't forget to participate. جزاكم الله خيرا وأقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.